First up, we have Mr. Joe Hendricks. If you'd please come to the podium.
I get to go first?
You do.
Yes.
The order and received.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
How are you doing, Mr. Mayor?
I'm really well.
Is that a good way to address you, Mr. Mayor?
However you like is fine.
So I have a couple of thoughts on tonight's special meeting session. My first thoughts on this first agenda item, I think it should be split into two resolutions. The agenda item as it stands is a resolution accepting the resignation and ratifying and approving a consulting agreement with Rob Schumer. I think it should be split into two. You should have the first resolution, which should be to accept the resignation of Mr. Schumer, and the second one should be to ratify and approve the consulting agreement. Even the law director just now said those were two fundamental issues. In fact, the city charter says that each resolution and ordinance should be one subject. So you should all vote today just to have those as two separate resolutions. My second thought is on the consultation agreement, which a lot of this may not apply because he said that it was already in writing and can't be changed. But my thought is that his annual salary for 2020, according to public records, was about $150,000. Annual is a 12-month period. The current consulting agreement says he's going to be paid $150,000, and then he's going to be available for consultation through September 8th, 2021, which is about 6 months from now. That makes it about double his salary now, because $150,000 for 6 months is an annual salary of $300,000. I don't think his consulting payment should be greater than his current salary. So that means he should either be available for an entire year, or the amount should be $75,000 to make it equal. Also, the current consulting agreement says that he's going to receive his payment in a lump sum within 7 days of the agreement. Receiving this money in a lump sum gives him no financial incentive to consult with the city past the date of his lump sum. He might have moral or ethical obligations to continue to consult, but he'll have no financial obligation. So instead, he should have received it in periodic payments through his consultation, and if he should cease consulting, then he should cease being paid. I believe, at least to the first one, council tonight could make these changes, of course, by having a motion to amend the resolution to split it in two. Next, I have just a couple questions. I'm curious, each council member, when did you first become aware of his pending resignation? Everybody could just tell me when you became aware of it.
I'd be happy to say it was on the 9th.
On the 9th?
Correct.
I believe it was last Monday during executive session I learned of this. I think that was the 8th. We had a group discussion in executive session.
I did not see any resignation until the 9th. Last Monday.
Last Monday? And then I believe we have 3 council members on.
I have a question. Are you asking about the resignation letter or his actual resignation?
Just when you learned of his resignation. I mean,
Monday at the meeting, just like the rest of the council. Thank you.
Ed?
That would be Tuesday when I received it by email through our clerk of council, which I believe is public record.
Okay. And Nancy?
Nancy, are you able to hear the question?
Nancy Burge
is now exiting.
We will assume that's technical. I'm not trying to, I honestly think that's technical. Okay, next question, unless Nancy can get back with us, I have for the law director. Did you write the consultation agreement yourself?
Yes, I did.
Did you write it on your own volition, or did somebody instruct you to do it?
That's a good question. Well, no, somebody must have instructed me to do it.
Who instructed you to write it?
Most likely the mayor.
Most likely the mayor, okay.
No, it was the mayor.
Was the mayor?
No,
when did you write the consultation agreement?
On Monday.
On Monday. Monday was, what was the date of Monday? March 8th, 2021. I did a public records request for the original document that you wrote, not the signed one, not the scanned one. Computer files have something called metadata. So when you take a picture of something, it tells you your geolocation, your location, your lat long. Another thing metadata also tells you is when, say, the picture was taken. The metadata, this is what the metadata said for the document that our law director wrote, says that it was written on February 6th, 2021 at 4:52 a.m. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. McDonald? Yep, make sure you're, yep.
If you take a look at a consulting agreement I did for a recent city, it would probably coincide with that time because I took the agreement for Rob Schomer from the agreement I did for another city manager that resigned. So that would probably explain why it was from February. It's the city of Vandalia, in case anybody wants to know.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that whatever you wrote, when you put this consultation agreement together, you used a template that you had used prior, and that's why the data might have shown back in February?
I'm assuming, I don't know, but that's where the agreement that I did for Mr. Schomer was lifted from my own agreement that I did with another city manager, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.